beings are meaning-seeking creatures. We want to understand. We want to make sense of something. So then we have explanatory models that we use, one of which is Marxism, right? So Frederick Engels comes with this idea of, oh, then this is how the thing started. Otherwise, it was gender equality, parity, and all that. So how do we get back to the so-called state of classlessness? And how do we get back? That's the question.
That, you know, okay, so who said we'll go back to the state of
no, but that's a hope that we'll get to a classless communism. How do we get there?
How do we get there?
That's the question, because you see, now here's the thing. We need to think properly, right?
Okay.
Because you see, if you cannot diagnose the problem, you can't get the answer right.
The answer, okay.
So you see, because the diagnosis is false, it's based on false presumption, now we don't get a right answer. That is why every revolution demands a counter-revolution. Okay. But it never gets anywhere. Why? It is based on stupid ideology. I'm sorry to say that, but I'll retract it, because you see, it's so dim-wit. Now, when I listen to them...
Really? So you think Karl Marx is...
No, listen. Okay. You see, they were trying to understand their world. Okay. You see, they see pain as existential reality. My sister, listen. Ideas have consequences. Good ideas will have good consequences. Bad idea will have bad consequences. And that's the world we live in, right? So if you have observed history very closely, if you think that your problem is because of somebody, you have what is called blame culture. Yes. Blame culture never solves anything. Never. You see, one, you disarm yourself. You see, you put yourself in a perpetual vulnerable situation. Yes. You push your happiness in somebody else's hand. That's the point. Because then you want to, oh, it's the IMF, it's the World Bank. Oh, so then you want to presume they should come. No, it doesn't work that way. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you are saying that we don't need reparations because we should blame ourselves.
No, not necessarily. I'm not saying we should blame ourselves.
Yeah, I know, right.
You see, if we...
Just being the devil's advocate.
You see, if we don't... Look, if we don't become realistic in life... When I went to England, right? Okay. I understood geographical determinism and civilization. I understood the logicality of why some people decided to worship the sun. I also understood why some had to go look for spices. Yes. You get it? Yes. You see, we live in a world that is inherently imperfect. Perfect. Which we all know. Perhaps where we digress is the etiological origin of the imperfection. Someone says, God created a perfect world. Human beings caused it. And then God will restore it. But it will take God himself to do it. Through the human mediation, but not human being ultimately, right? Other person says, no, it's just a big bang boom somewhere. And then human beings became the causative agent of the suffering. Yep. So, but you see, either way, we are trying to explain something. Is that not it? Yeah. No problem. The problem will be the consequence thereof. Others will be angry, always shouting. So even when we die, rest in power, rest in peace, it's ideologically driven. Yeah. Right? So even in death, in power. So I say, in peace, I'm good. So what I'm then trying to say is that nations have perpetuated violence based on ideology. Look, African history have been bloody before. Yeah. The 60s, 70s, 80s, bloody. Yeah. What inspired that bloody history of Africa? Why don't they talk about that one? Because of dim-wit ideology. Do you get it? Okay. If you presume that somebody is the cause of your problem, you may think that person doesn't have his own problem. Because even the thief has a problem. His problem is not to be caught. Yes. His problem is to be on guard. Yes. The one who is stealing has a problem. The one who is killing has to, alter the conscience with something. Of course, the one stealing has a problem. That's why he's looking for something to steal to solve his problem. And in psychology, you can't do violence to someone to do violence to yourself. Okay. So you have to first dehumanize yourself before you can dehumanize somebody else. So what am I trying to say here? So when Karl Marx says religion is the opium of the masses, yes, everyone is an opium. You see, because when you chant Revo, Revo, Frelimo, Luta Continua, that Victoria Asserta has never happened. It has never, because it's the very same human being who is going to be on top. And when he gets there, he'll go back to self-pleasure. So 2 books. I also recommend. Farm. And then, the opposite of that is Ngugi's Devil on the Cross. Oh, have you read that one? I've not read it. Please read it. Okay. Because you see, so George Orwell, it's a critique of socialism.
Yes.
That's animal farm,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Devil on the Cross in Ngugi is a critique of capitalism.
Of capitalism.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, either way, I have to run with both extremes. I don't like philosophy as a system. I want philosophy as a story.
Okay.
You see, and that's why religious language is always subject to interpretation. You know, there was one Islamic sociologist called Ali Shariat. You know, very brilliant scholar. I do not agree entirely with him, but he makes a very good point. He said, religious language is significantly symbolic. That is better for me. Not entirely.
Yes.
What does it mean? It allows for interpretation.
That's the reason why someone would say the Bible speaks in parable.
That's right.
Yes.
So, you see, it has different genres.
Yeah.
So, depending on which. Now, if we take philosophy as a system, it leads to oppression because it doesn't give room for dissent.
Okay.
Or reinterpretation.
Okay.
Because if you do that, you are a traitor. You become a betrayer, right? And you'll be finished off. That is my problem with extreme form of philosophy.
Extreme form of everything is
so
problematic.
I'm not a capitalist.
Neither
in
are
extreme
you.
sense as a system.
Neither
am I socialist as a system.
Yeah.
I believe that human beings must tell stories.
I think human beings must be pragmatic. We have to be pragmatic.
We must face reality.
Yes, within the situation, time, and everything.
That's how religion is, not religion per se, but philosophical why is always important.
Yeah.
You see, at the time of Christ, writing was already known, right? Literary was already known.
Yeah.
He could have chosen to write. He didn't write. During the time of the Prophet of Islam, may peace of Allah be upon him, written culture was known, but he spoke. Why? So that we can, accommodate, assimilate, indigenize, and engage their thought regardless of time and dispensation, regardless of age. So you have the same Bible text, right, being used over the time we still use it. When you say seek knowledge, even if it means to going to China, that statement, you can interpret it differently to promote education.
They claim,
to promote tolerance. You see, to promote a sense of adventure.
Yes.
That statement.
And to promote understanding.
Fantastic. So that statement alone, right? Tolerance, understanding, education, adventure. That statement.
Yes.
Imagine if it were a system, it's like problematic. Then you can't interpret it. But always remember that. That's why I keep mentioning historiography. Yeah. Even in law, we have judicial philosophy. See, the way you interpret, for me, is more important than the event. Today, we are debating in Nkrumah and I find it laughable. You know why?
Why?
Look, there are three human beings you can erect a statue in their memory or name a monument in their memory.
Okay.
Three categories, basically. A saint or a sinless person. Do we have such a person?
Even Mother Teresa now, it's all over that she was a human.
Fantastic.
She was into.
Do we have such a person who is a sinless and a saint? No. Two, have you ever come across a monument being named after a decidedly evil? I'm yet to know whether there's a monument in honor of Adolf Hitler. I'm yet to know one. In fact, his own family had to even go into, to disguise their identity. Okay. Either changing their names or moving out entirely. So the second is a real human being. So neither a saint nor the devil, but a human being. And who is a human? Look, God doesn't like saints. God loves sages. You see, a sage is one who has gone through the riddles of life, lived a normal life, gone through pain, hard pleasures, and build didactic lessons out of it to build society. A saint is untouched by the realities of life. And that's why you see, that's why for me as a Christian.
They unfortunately touched Socrates.
Was
he not a sage?
No, he wasn't. In fact, Socrates had a very cantankerous wife, as it were, right? And that's why he said, if you, by all means, marry. You get it? If you marry a good wife, you are happy. A cantankerous one, you are a philosopher. So somebody asked him, how are you able to live? Because his wife is very cantankerous. Yes. And then his response was...
He kept attacking everybody.
Yes. You ask me one question, it's a long trace, called Socratic dialogue. You know why? So the reason is very simple. Oh my God. When he was, how you to live with such a cantankerous woman? He said, well, a good horse rider is one who rides a rough horse and masters it. And so holds the bridle against the horse.
Yeah.
But if you ride a better calm horse, you can't call yourself a... Okay. So what am I trying to say here? You see, A sage lives life.
Okay.
Goes through life.
Okay.
In the Bible, that's what the Levitical priests, they were not celebrated. They just had to, because at the end of the day, they were not too, for society.
So what has this sage got to tell us about West African
now you are leading me there.
Yes.
So, you see, you are right. In fact, you made a very good introduction to it.
Yeah.
Because it's an overflow or a spillover effect of migration history and then urban growth of Accra.
Yeah.
So you have Tudu, right?
Yes.
We've talked about Tudu.
Tudu, yeah.
Chief Brahma, Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Went to the Northern Territories, 1860s, is that not it? Saraka collapses, 1870 thereabout.
Yes.
He moves southwards.
Yes.
Okay. Prominent businessman.
Yes.
Goes into cattle business before, a bit of shift from Kola.
Yeah.
Then he lives here, celebrated as a big man.
Yes.
Then there was a bubonic plague. Before then, Accra, 1877, had become the capital city. The British wanted them to move out. They said they won't move.
Yeah.
So bubonic plague, natural cause. So they had to move out.
Yes.
Brahma moved, founded Tudu.
Yes.
1970. Then we had Adabraka, and then we had, of course, the Hausa tried their own. Tudu, became more established compared to the others, right? Attracting more migrants.
Yes.
You have two individuals, J.C. Tete, Emmanuel Ado, co-founders of West Africa College.
Okay.
Coming from Volta region, Peki. One from Peki, Avetile, the other one from Peki, Blengo.
Okay.
Right? They got Peki, Blengo. They got here, one was 22, that's Emmanuel Ado. The other one was 20 years. They got to Accra.
Yeah.
One was slightly more educated than the other. Yeah. One was more business-oriented. The business person had money more than the other. The other had more knowledge more than the other. They blend, right? They founded a school, West Africa College. Why? As you rightly said, Accra had become the epicenter, right? The beehive, as it were, of nationalist politics and then Pan-Africanism, especially after Second World War. Because this is a post-Second World War school.
1946.
Exactly, 1946. 20th, specific 20th January 1946.
Okay.
So you have people from across West Africa moving in. And remember also at that time, we've had the first government school, Achimota, is that not it?
Yes.
Before then, the missionaries were in charge.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Getting sometimes concession from the or subvention from the colonial governor. Then you had Achimota through the triumvirate. That is Gagisberg. You have Gagisberg. You have Agri, right? Then you have the third one will come. So you have this three. Fraser. God bless you, Fraser. God bless you, Fraser.
That's why we have the Agri Fraser. Gagisberg lectures.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So the triumvirate. Achimota is established, right? Yeah. Then you have the Sierra Leoneans coming in, Accra
High School.
And then the others.
Yes.
Then you had schools like Ebenezer, you have Odogono. Then there's WAS.
Yes.
Now, because of the strategic location of WAS, first in Tudu.
In Tudu?
Yes.
Where in Tudu exactly?
Oh, in the community.
The community.
Yeah, because you see Tudu in the, remember I told you, you see Tudu in the modern light.
Yeah.
Cast your mind back to the 1940s Tudu and imagine where it will be, right?
Yeah.
Remember during the wars, the British built barracks.
Yes.
So WAS probably was established in one of such barracks after the war because they were abandoned, as it were, because the soldiers had to be, left off their army.
Could it be maybe they used the Kimbu?
One of those possibility.
Yeah.
I tried to locate it, I didn't get, but at least it was in Tudu.
Yeah.
Okay, Tudu, as I said, was growing, so they needed to also move out a bit. Mamobi and all that. It was around that time that Imoru, Peregrino,
Imoru Lincoln.
Because he was the first to bring Lincoln in
Lincoln
this
Navigator.
country. Yes.
Is it Lincoln Navigator?
Yes, the first to bring this in this
first
country.
Lincoln.
Yeah, the first.
And it's actually
from what? Yeah, so then he acquired the land at Yoruba, Lagos Town. It used to be called Lagos Town.
It used to be called,
Yes, to resettle some of the people.
Okay.
So WAS had to move in there, right? But briefly to circle Arms, there was a hotel called Arms Hotel, but very briefly.
Okay.
By 1953, WAS was already at Lagos Town.
So these two people that came together to found this, who founded the school, had Moro Lincoln helping them?
Oh, yes, because Moro Lincoln was on the governing board of the school way back in 1947.
Okay.
So within a year, just because, remember, as I said, it was in Tudu.
Yes.
So they were part of the community.
Yeah, but I don't know whether I should add this, but then at that time too, the then Chief Brahma also had the opportunity, I think had the land.
Yes.
So Moro Lincoln, having maybe, that was a brother. Yeah. That was a brother who was like the king, the chief of the Lagosians at that time.
Yes.
So
morning, Ghana. Wake up to the big matters of the nation with Moro Awudu.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television.
You left power at a time when you couldn't feel second to speak.
Hey, I have my standards, you have your standards.
No. I'm never interrupting you for a second.
Every morning, live on Metro TV.
If we don't do it, our energy sector will collapse and we'll be in the darkness. And it is actually going to cost us more to be in the darkness. You lost me about 2 terms back.
2025 all the way to 2028. That's the meaning of it. Because the government says that they are extending that tax. What is sensitivity? And that's suppressive and honorable to 34. I'm committed.
Unfiltered insights, groundbreaking perspectives.
Expenditure is key, but you can't spend when you don't have the money.
We go again next day. Good morning, Ghana.
Can I ask you something?
Yes. Go on.
Can you stay away from Patrick?
Salut, baby. Comment tu vas?
Abiku, I don't speak French. Hey, that boy had the audacity, the effrontery. Have you eaten?
Sometimes I wonder if really he's your son.
Mr. Gray is calling you.
Jesus.
Whilst your friends are busy learning, you are here watching series.
I don't want to destroy the love I have for you. Wait. Since when do you start having this affection for her? Oh, Patrick. See, your head like silver. You want Nora.
But how?
My legs no more. What's your power? More than my joke power. Oh yeah.
Nora, where were you last night?
Daddy,
Dressed like this, of course.
So why did you call this morning?
Yeah, welcome to Junction 5 Lounge.
Bar,
Grill, chill.
You know, say me the lot for the whole area. Me the control every street for here. My name is Lord Gaza.
Lord Gaza.
You do hear they mix liquor and things. I beg you, for do what? For gather some vim. The bar, otherwise, I think gather boys, they beat you up. Baba, they me now. I see.
Landlord, I beg this one. I beg you for understanding. Hello. As young people, you need to be able to make decisions that will better your lives.
If you gave this money to me, Jane, I would have bought you nice clothes, like look nice, change my nails, like.
Oh, lift it. Hey, you do such God answer prayers.
Nanama Ejewa, is this the class you're supposed to be taking?
Please.
Nanama,
Please,
is this really happening?
What be the source of your word?
What's the source of your poverty?
Are you bad this?
Coconut.
Are you bad this?
Coconut that.
Point of correction. I no be Lord Gaza anymore. If you call me Yao.
Oh, Brian.
Hey, all
Brian,
this we should call you this one. Brian for where?
Well, I'm done saying that. Hey, see now what I'm doing there. You can't see me.
Your lounge has been placed at number 10. But after today,
number
I think,
10?
Yeah. After today, I think I'll place you guys at number 5, depending on the taste of your food. Yes.
Wait, and Jean is scared about a child and said, okay, you're thinking about what? What is going on with you?
You know one thing, you guys are so incompetent these days. Look here, I'm talking to you, you know that's the truth.
Supplies! You're surprised I've surprised you.
Lord
Gaza, MHO V. Lord Gaza.
Basu.
Boss, when they come, I say you did lie. Me, I did lie. You did lie. How the girl feel you?
Welcome to our Folkloric Symbol Show. My name is Bilkis Jiwa. We are doing this in collaboration with the National Folklore Board. If you were with us, we are still talking about West African Secondary School and other things. And I'm having new knowledge today on some of the nationalists that helped or propelled our independence. Kwabena Bonney, for instance, did not only organize a boycott that was like a catalyst for the 1948 riot, and then the 1948 riot also was a catalyst for a whole lot of things that happened in this country, including our independence. We really need to do more for our heroes. For instance, we didn't even know West African Secondary School was actually a hub for these nationalists to go and even have some kind of education in terms of how they were going to propel their independence and whatever they were, you know, the political upheavals that were going on at that time. These were places that some of them went to just so that they could have that. Kwabena Bonney, like, Doc,
yeah,
I really need you to tell me some of the other things that Kwabena Bonney did. I mean, all that we know or we have known in our books from when we were in JHS and secondary schools, SSS, we're told that he organized a boycott.
The boycott, and that was it.
And that is it. It ends there. He organized a boycott.
So we call him Boycott Hene.
Yes, the title Boycott Hene, and that was it. Yeah. But these were the real people, apart from Nkrumah, who were behind Ghana's independence. You said he was part of the governing board
of WAS, way back
of West African
50s,
Secondary School.
In the early days, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, so as I mentioned, you see, let me begin. I as a teacher, I love contests.
Yeah, no, right.
A test must be in a contest. Yeah. Nationalism. It's a construct. You see, it doesn't exist as a reality, right? Now, because it's a construct, it's also an intentional project. You must be intentional about it. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay? So whether you are looking at Okonfa-Notche supposedly causing the descent of the golden stool or whatever, it's an intentionality. Because the public domain is a place of contestation, conflict. Because it's a place of the garden of strangers.
Yes.
And once you just meet two things, money and power, and all these are sources of conflict. Is that not it?
Yeah.
So if we put Ghana's understanding of citizenship, which we were talking about before we came on set, identity and all that, it is highly political and also intentionally constructed.
Yes.
So either way, there is inclusion and exclusion. There's an attempt to build a hero or heroes based on whether it will fit a certain nationalistic narrative. So we could have narrowcasting or broadcasting.
Yeah.
But in many instances, elitism fosters narrowcasting and nationalistic history. And that's the case of Ghana and Kwabena Bonney and Nkrumah and the others. Remember that he intentionally led not disruption, right, but triggered intentionally what became the impetus or the springboard for the crystallization of post-Second World War nationalistic politics in our part of the world.
Yes.
Okay. Nkrumah and co were not directly involved. In fact, if you read Nkrumah's autobiography, he himself was not even in Accra at the time. He wasn't. Yeah. It was after the incident that he had to rush to Accra. So he wasn't.
You mean the 48 rounds?
Yeah,
he wasn't.
Yeah, the event leading.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But we have single-handed, we've taken him as the ultimate hero.
No, but you see...
I'm going to... Yeah,
okay. Okay.
No, go ahead.
No,
so we've made him the hero. That itself is not bad. It is not. But the only difficulty is that
No, but you see, the thing is that Nkrumah will be made a hero because we've read in some other tests that when the thing happened, they thought that there were some elements of the UGCC who were like behind that. So the people who were arrested, including Nkrumah, now known as the Big Sis,
denied
Nkrumah. And then, you know, threw him into the wilderness, threw him under the bus, for him to suffer alone. And then he used that
to capitalize. He capitalized that. Who is telling that story?
Oh, I've read that in Zoklu. There's a history book called...
Nkrumah himself also talked about it.
Yeah, he also talked. I read a little bit of it in his autobiography. But I read extensively more on it, on this author called Zoklu.
But have you read what J.B. Danko also wrote about such incident?
I don't want to go into J.B.
No. The question is, remember he was part of the Big Sis.
Yeah, I know he was part of the so-called Big Sis.
What was his story about? What is his side of the narrative of what he just said?
I haven't read it. So why don't you tell me about his side?
What it then means is that it doesn't mean you've won the case. And that's why, for me, I always keep saying that, you see, it will be too simplistic. In fact, to be honest with you, we should appreciate the fact that life itself is complex than so. Look, so you think these people would just say, oh, the very thing we wanted to do, now we are abandoning it because one. Now, would that even make sense in the first place? That they started the formation of the first modern political party, properly constituted, organized, and then one of them is arrested. So I want to now give that person up because we want to.
No, but Nkrumah in his own autobiography also said most of the things that they asked him to do as a secretary to the UGCC, they found that he wasn't really towing the line they wanted him to toe.
He's telling his story, is that not it?
Yes, at the end of the day, yeah. But so why don't you tell us what J.B. Dankwa also said?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. So read J.B. Dankwa's works.
So then tell me.
The Ghana establishment.
Okay, tell me what he, on his side.
No, wait. Listen, that's what I'm saying, that populism is cheap, is easier, cheaper than proper, thoughtful, critical thinking. So read J.B. Dankwa's account, the Ghana establishment. Read it in between the line. Juxtapose that against Nkrumah's works and see who was being more populist and rhetorical. Look, you know,
wait.
The best of Nkrumah's books.
Okay.
Many don't even read it. You know what that book is?
Conscientism.
Have you read it yet?
You
didn't understand it possibly.
A little bit of it.
Yeah. Please throw it out there. How many have read Conscientism?
You
know it was published 1964.
Yes.
Why that time? The others came before Conscientism. You know why? Conscientism is more complicated.
Yeah.
Because Conscientism is almost like the writings of J.B. Dankwa. Because philosophy. Remember, I keep telling you that the nation state is built on the back of philosophy, not populism. You see, Choboy, neocolonialism, those ones don't solve the problem. He said that is why soon after independence, right, after he had been overthrown, you have the beautiful ones are not yet born. What is Aiko Ama telling us? Those who a few years ago were saying that they were veranda boys are now living in a mansion. Today, we are trying to make those people even stupid that they didn't even understand what was going on at the time, and that we even understand it better than them, and that they were just imperialist stooges. What is that? What is that? What kind of... So why did we come... With so much watered down...
Wait. Why would you call Nkrumah's writings or how Nkrumah explained things as populism?
No.
And then you would not...
Populism is not bad in itself.
No,
remember,
in this case, you're saying it's bad.
No. Populism has a role to play in the organization of society. It's like, I'm sorry, going to Yoruba woman, you know, you need to go with your best language, right? You need to find the right words.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that's the real you. It has a role. It helps you to get access to the woman. Is that not it? A woman wanting a man has to also find a good channel.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a food for... You know, so these are channels used to get what you want, after which you have to build on the substance, your character, right? Your personality. That one is not populism. So I'm not saying populism in itself is... In fact, there's what we call the philosophy of lies and politics. You get it. That's why rhetoric is a course political leaders must study. That's why we read Machiavelli, right? That's why the reason is very simple. The human being is a complex creature. So, kasama, it is something that will titillation. That's what we do. Kasapa. Now, but that ultimately doesn't build. Because after that, you need to find the substance upon which you build your nation. So when Nkrumah says, seek ye first the political kingdom. Yes.
And everything.
So, why? Because the idea of we, the people of Ghana, we never existed. If we, the people of Ghana, existed, if we, the people of Africa, ever existed, it was because we thought there was a white man who was an oppressor. So we all presumed and understood and believed and were made to believe that the reason for our pain and struggle is a white person.
Was it just about perception, or we were living
Well, you see, remember that even within that state, there were those who were comfortable. There were those...
Yes, the J.B. Dankwa was comfortable.
Oh, there were merchants. No, there were merchants beyond... You see, remember that.
They were lawyers to the merchants.
But again, remember, not everybody wanted to be part of what became known as Ghana. Well, we didn't have Ghana. We have 4 sections, right? Northern Territories, Transvolta, Togoland. We had the colony proper, the Ashanti protected.
Yeah.
So you see, not everybody, they're not, for example, not even willing to just immediately join.
Yeah.
Even a group of them, especially of the Muslims, the Muslim Association Party.
Muslim Association Party, yeah.
So my point is that, you see, the idea that, oh, we all agree that the white man is the oppressor was also part of the narrative that was created.
But was he not?
Well, that's what I'm saying, based on where one stands. Because remember that there were those who felt Nkrumah was more oppressor than the white man. And that's what I'm telling you.
Yes, it's because Nkrumah took their work away from them because they were working with them.
No, that again cannot be entirely true. Because remember that, you see, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing is entirely true anyway, because there is always a battle, an issue.
You see, look, one of my professors has, he's published his PhD into a monograph. Very interesting work, Cosmopolitan Nationalism. I think one of the best for me, right? Because for a very long time, these were cultural nationalists. But were they cultural nationalists? What were the aspirations? Go back to John Mensah Saba, if you want to go back to nationalist history, right? They started it, is that not it?
Yes.
Kisley Ford. Were they Fanti nationalists? Were they Gold Coast nationalists? Or they were cosmopolitan nationalists? If they were, what? Because they were interacting within their world. They were interacting with people in Sierra Leone, the Blydens.
Yes.
So all over the place. So what was their philosophical disposition? Ghanaian? No. Gold Coast? No. They were more cosmopolitan in thought. In that sense, what it means is that they will not have a uniform understanding of the white person, the way we look at the white person, or the way we've been made to look at the white person. To the point that we are even falsifying etymological words like Obroni. So here's my argument. My argument then is to say that when you frame that the problem of a people is a white person, out of which, or consequence thereof, you build your nation state, you need to be able to sustain that. But
wait.
Yes.
Nkrumah never made us feel that our problem was the white man. Nkrumah wanted us to rule ourselves. He wanted us to have that self-worth. Like you said, the ontological part of slavery, as making sure that I'm not undermined as a human, right? Having my inalienable right to live and to be respected and all of that. So I don't think Nkrumah, like you said, was blaming anybody.
No, but independence.
These were people ruling us and were limiting us to what we could do as humans. So that's why Nkrumah, these are some of the things that give.
How were they limiting us?
So, Nkrumah said he wants to show them that the black man could
rule his own world.
Is capable of
managing his own affairs. Yes.
Capable of managing his own affairs. He's not saying that, we are some stooges that. He just wanted them to know that we can do this. You don't need to do it for us. We can do it. And what is wrong with that?
No, you see, let's go back to your premise. Your premise, he's saying, you are saying he didn't problematize the white man as a cause of our oppression. Is that not it? But he talked about independence, that a people cannot be free unless they are independent.
They are independent.
Now, that independence is economic liberation. If you read his works, he co-equate independence and economic liberation.
So it's both political and economic.
Fantastic. Yes. That's the point I'm making.
Yes.
So if that's the case,
why don't I feel worthy of managing my own
self? That's the point. That's what I'm saying, that. So eventually, if you look at his work, the oppressor is the cause of is the bane of our prosperity.
Is so the oppressor he says, not?
Yeah, indeed he is. Like in the case of Nkrumah, or Nkrumah's perspective. But here's the thing.
And what we have read, and even what is even happening today.
Presumably he is that not it? Now get rid of him. What happens next?
Is that not what we are in? We are in probation, in probation forever.
So
are we not on probation?
So the white man wasn't the oppressor.
No, but was he not?
No, but okay, so
because is he not still trying to oppress us?
But you say you can manage your own affairs. So if you had independence, why not managing your own affairs?
But are we not? But if it wasn't for the likes of
right? Neocolonialism. Wait, like you mentioned neocolonialism, is that not it? That's what you're going to mention. Because now, you see, remember I told you, see,
he
once
predicted it.
Yes, exactly. Because I was leading you there. See, once you begin to outsource, see, once you begin to pursue the pathways of blame culture, that's what happens, right?
But you see, no, my
I'm not
problem.
saying that.
Nkrumah wasn't entirely. Nkrumah acknowledged colonialism.
Yes.
There was colonialism. There was that institution where people came from some other part of the world, came to this part of the world, and decided to rule us.
What were they looking for?
Whatever they were looking for.
Survivor, basically. Let's say basically survivor.
So, they were surviving. Let's if we should talk about survival, fine. They were talking about they wanted that worth, that self-worth of being our masters. It made them feel some way. It made them, anytime they came, they captured or they so-called discovered a place, they put their flag there. Was it not for survival? Were they not packing our gold? Were they not packing our whatever? And then we were, the time of the battle, were we not also exchanging?
The baseline
so
is
it's always
for survival. Fantastic. Now,
yes,
what were we also looking for? What were we also looking for?
What were we looking
yes.
for? Okay, let's take it that we are not taking it. That was what it was. They came and then, whetted the appetites as to what they had and what they could exchange with us.
Yeah.
So on both sides, it was a form of survival.
Okay, so it means that
yes,
life basically is about survival against life's vicissitudes.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
So if you get independence, what do you use your independence for?
To survive.
So why don't you now survive?
Have you forgotten there were coup d'etats in the
So so that's the point.
So there were people who the other survivor brainwashed against us.
You know what? Coup d'etat or political insurrection.
So that's the reason why Kotoke's name has been removed from our airport.
You wait. A hungry person or a hungry man is right.
Okay.
It's an angry man.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Yeah.
Okay. It was Ali bin Talib. One of the caliphs.
Yes.
I won't say first or fourth because I don't want to belong to Shia or Sunni. So one of the caliphs. Or a caliph, not the caliph, a caliph. You know what he said? He said, a hungry person cannot be moral.
Yes.
There is nowhere in the world where people who are hungry lived in peace.
Okay.
It has never happened.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right from the pre-modern times till today, whenever people are hungry, they'll be choboy. You see, that is why political insurrection, we had ours as crew, right?
Yeah.
It's not peculiar to Africa. It is inherently part of human history.
Yes, in the French Revolution,
Fantastic.
American Revolution.
Look, the only a major reason the English monarch survived was because of the Magna Carta. Let's agree that our source, but otherwise, by the time the French monarch came, it was too late for them, and that's why every monarch had to collapse eventually. What am I saying here? Hunger and anger co-equate and coexist. They can coexist in peace. So you find a way of tampering with the other, right, and letting the other move on. Here's the thing: they were fighting and killing themselves. Remember? They wanted to survive.
Yeah.
They came. So for survival, we must also survive.
Yes.
What do?
We take them out.
That's right. Now you're taking them out. What do you do?
Survival of the fittest.
So if you create that condition for the people amongst yourself to now distract, either to be used as stooges or not, it means there's something wrong with you. Look, let's face it, right? Let's face it. You see, that's why I keep telling you that when we outsource our problems, we never get the solution that we should get. In other words, misdiagnosis leads to misappropriation of a solution, because then the solution is subverted.
So that's when you contradict yourself, because you were talking about history being in context. So at the end of the day, don't you think Nkrumah was acting within the context of the time?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was not lost on him. Listen, it was not lost on him.
So today you cannot say Nkrumah and Nkrumah's works were populist, and then the other ones.
Remember, I used the word populist for his earlier works. More than conscientism, not in a negative sense. But you see, because you brought in J.B. Dankwa, And you were saying, what was J.B. Danquest's story?
Yes.
To what Nkrumah? And I'm saying that J.B.'s own was more philosophically driven. In fact, if you read, you see, sometimes that's where.
Nkrumah was also
wait, you see, the
philosophically
premise.
driven.
You see, if you read Joe Appiah was one of Nkrumah's closest friends. You've heard of Joe Appiah, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Have you read his autobiography? Maybe
No.
you've not read it.
No, I've not even
you know
seen
what?
anything about him.
In that book, he has a section. The title is Ghana worth dying for. And he says no. So you see, not only was it Nkrumah who felt peeved that he was being rejected or neglected, his compatriots also felt the same way. Almost all of them died totally disappointed in whatever they got themselves in. They all regretted. Buzia died blind, right? Danko himself died in prison. Nkrumah himself died in exile. Almost all of them.
Nkrumah died as a co-president.
No, whatever it is.
And his casket was held by heads of state.
No, whatever it is, almost all of them died not in the way they expected it. They died feeling that they didn't accomplish the very reason they started their agenda.
Did not.
What am I trying to say
Because the
here?
oppressor made sure they did not.
So that's the point. You see,
they were part of Nkrumah's overthrow.
Yes.
They were part of Patrice Lumumba's overthrow.
That's true.
They were part of the other.
That's true. I agree.
Yes. So
I agree.
you see, they also wanted to survive.
I agree.
Just that they had
a superior authority. So it means that you are
authority.
not superior. So why do you get your independence? What do you use it for? You see, because you keep blaming them.
No,
you see, when
we are not blaming
when I
them.
was young, Mama Obi, see, surviving Zango is tough.
Yeah.
So if somebody beats you on the field, Kakudi, those are you. Me, I used to play football. They will beat you. Now, if you go home with a cry, if I go home, my mother will beat me in addition.
Yeah.
Yes. For any reason, if I went and fought and I ran away, my mother knows I'm running. He will ask me to go and fight. That's how we survive in the Zango Deo.
Yeah.
That's how Zango person can survive anywhere.
Yeah.
Kotakashi. And you see, somebody's beating you also have to beat. That's the point. You understand? You see, that is the nature of human society. It's about survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You know, look, let's face it. Life is a contest. It's an arena of competition. It is. The only point where some people will decide to be generous are those who believe that there's a reward somewhere beyond here. And that's why in psychology, the best time people become generous is when on their day of worship.
Yes.
Again, that is why in all of history, the people who had sacrificed their lives the most are people who believe that there's heaven for them to gain and hell to lose.
Yes, the martyrs.
Otherwise, life. So when, for example, Adam Smith said, it is not because of altruism, right, that a bread baker gives bread, not a butcher meat, but therefore for their own survival. He was not saying anything different from what Charles Darwin said that, see, to survive, you must be inherently selfish.
Selfish, yes.
So, you see, that is the nature. You see, you talk about the reality of life.
Yeah.
So you can't presume to get independence and still think that the people who also want to survive will leave you free. No. You should know that they will be lurking around and they will still be there.
They will still be there.
So at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. You know, nation building.
But the fact that they are lurking around doesn't make them really superior like that.
Well,
it doesn't make you even inferior. It doesn't even make you even inferior.
So why are you not fighting them off? Why do we still date? You see, let me tell you the simplest story. Corruption. It's not bad though.
Yeah, of course.
Until the 1960s in scholarship, corruption was not talked about as evil. No. The conversation literature at the time was about the functional value of corruption. No nation can thrive without one form of corruption or the other. No nation in the world today. You understand? So the issue is about what do you do with corruption? You see, if a typical Ghana man who is thief steals, what does he use the money for? Consumerism, is that not it? Slave queen, side chick, whatever. Yeah. They'll go to Chempiski. Yesterday, somebody showed me. They'll go to where? Oh no, we the people of the Zongo, we call it Chempiski. Is it Chempiski? Because we don't know the name properly, right? We can't eat from there.
Oh my God.
Now, if a typical Ghanaian thief steals money, look at how the person spends the money. Where is he getting the money from? Perhaps a donor, whatever. That person uses the money. Consumerism. Very deprecatory form of late capitalist ideology. He goes to a restaurant where he can buy a bottle of Coke, 200 cedis, right? Where a plate of food can cost. In fact, yesterday somebody was showing me a restaurant where a plate can cost 700 Ghana cedis. Yes. You get it? Is that sensible? Now, you know what? If you go to...
classism.
Exactly. If you go to Muzungu's land, the white man, they know money. They know money must necessarily be limited in supply. to avoid money losing value, because money inherently doesn't have value, otherwise there'll be inflation if you have more money in the system. So they discipline, there's fiscal policy that disciplines the system.
Okay.
I'm not saying they are not corrupt. See, some are consumerists. That's why when they are caught, they are in trouble. But otherwise, if you look at what we call the Protestant ethic, Calvinistic logic, work hard, spend less, invest more. So work hard, industrial frugality and investment. Well, according to Max Weber, that's the origin of capitalism. Some say it's the Catholic philosophy or whatever. But whatever it is, you see, you must be frugal. You must be hardworking. But look at the upper part of the world. Somebody gets money, you must show off that you have money. Before long, you buy 4x4. You buy 3-piece cloth. You live under the tropic.
I think it's due to our culture.
Now, 3-piece cloth, you know what it means? You need to get a car with an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't get 3-piece cloth and get it on a trotro.
Yeah,
you have to. So why do you think it will lead you? The question, how much is your salary?
But I think it's our culture.
No, it's not culture.
You think
it's
so?
a self-imposed deprecation. It is self-imposed subversive weight. Okay. That's our difficulty. So here's the thing. So that's why I said, it is easy to apply populism. But you see, the human being is so complex, right? And that is why in pre-modern, take all the pre-modern societies, whether the Moli, the Dagbani, the Ga, the Asante, the Gamanche, the Asante Hene, or the Na, Tolana, they were not responsible for development. They were not. They were not responsible for development. Instead, they outsourced that to the people.
Yes.
You know what their role was? Their role was to foster unity. And that is why they were said to be the mediators, right, of the ancestors. Because what was there was unity. But for social service, the people had to do it themselves. But you see, the modern state, which Nkrumah and co, supervised, he centralized everything. Even the colonial didn't think of it that way. Of course, there was some level of centralization, but there was a degree of decentralization, where the chiefs were given some degree of control over their space jurisdiction. You came and centralized everything. They'll look up to you. And remember that the modern state, again, doesn't exist as a reality. What you need the most is the loyalty of the people you are leading. Loyalty, primarily. And that's why Machiavellian will fail, because Machiavellian tactics, you see,
Machiavellian also has loyalty within there, because if the people don't...
It's not built out of love.
It's
remember the
out
difference
of fear.
Out of fear. But remember, that's what I'm saying. Fear doesn't... No, he says...
He said if it's out of love...
You need, you need more of the fear factor.
Fear factor,
right?
yes.
So here's what I'm saying. Fear factor is technical.
But don't you think the fear factor could also...
But why do you generate the fear? Militarism.
You
use technical approach, but it doesn't last long. And that is why, whether you're a benevolent dictator or not, you are riding a mad lion, right? Your fear is not to get off, because if you get off, it will turn against you. That's why whether benevolent dictators or not want to stay on power forever. Because the day you leave, there'll be a rebellion. You see, so you must die. That's why dictators everywhere in the world want to die on the throne or on the sea, because you are riding a mad lion. Let's conclude it. So I'm not saying Nkrumah was wrong in using populism. No, what I'm arguing is that, you see, populism...
I think he wasn't populist, he was philosophical.
For me, no, all those are... Look, I said the most philosophical work of Nkrumah, from the point of view of intellectual history, is conscientism.
The name even says it,
yes.
the title.
Yes, but the others, well, you see, I'm using populism... You see, remember populism...
Okay, the others, you could say that because he was using his experiences to tell stories.
No, not even that, but he was... You see, you talk about the pragmatism. Right? You don't... You see... I was in Japan as an associate professor, right? Took University of Foreign Studies. And I had a mix of students from all over the world, Europe, America, and Asia. And there were 2 African students among my students. And I asked them a question. They should all sing the national anthem of their respective countries. It will interest you that almost all of them were almost singing hymns. Italian anthem, God created us and God chose us. Where is that coming from? See, that is not populism. That is... You see, deeply, intentionally constructed philosophy. Because you want to get their loyalty. You don't do that with Africa must unite. Upon what should they unite? Because the idea of Africa is that they didn't exist and never exist. And that's why we've never united. Well, if you presume, you see, even the
Africa must unite on a race, on a basis of race.
See, that's not even true. Because
because Europe sees themselves as one.
No, they don't.
They do, because why would Europe not allow a country like Turkey to be part of them?
Yes,
a country like Morocco to be part. They feel they are not part of them.
No, you see, I'm not a fan of Kwame Anthony Appiah, right? but I will cite his work, and I think I agree with him. This idea of
the African philosopher.
No, yeah. You know, his father was Joe Appiah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes, his father was Joe Appiah. Now, his idea that this idea of Western civilization, it never exists, right? It exists to some extent in terms of the values that they share, but that itself is not necessarily Western. It is humanly shared from Islam, from Christianity, from Judaism. So they mention Judeo-Christian culture, and in fact, if you look at European civilization as it merged, quote unquote, right? I'm using because it is a potpourri, it is a concatenation or a amalgamation of civilizations.
Yes.
So you have the Arabs taken by the Greek philosophy to them, right? Through Andalusia. It's a complex history. Yeah. My point is to say that.
But they are together because they feel their race.
It is intentional.
Is so why can't Africa do that?
We have a problem. So it is not their problem. They have tried to construct it in a manner that feeds.
So they have a philosophical basis for that.
Did we have a philosophical basis for
So we can also have a philosophical. So we do have a philosophical basis for
Africa. Which one is that?
Pan-Africa must unite.
For what? What is the base of that unity? What's the philosophy of it?
Conscientism might be too philosophical for our understanding or for the basic man's understanding. Yeah. But it could also tickle something within you.
You see, let's face it. That's what I'm telling you that. You see, to build a nation state.
I don't see why you would think that Africa can't unite. We
can't unite.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying that we
don't have a basis for
not a basis. Unity. You see, we need a philosophical foundation for it. Okay. So when you mention European civilization, remember I'm telling you that it was a philosophical project. So yes. if you read Ernest Journer, if you read people like Benedict Anderson, it was an imagined community. You see, I have a paper on Imagine Islamic Community, Islamic Ummah, about a Muslim lady who, see, it's a philosophy. Take Okonfanochi saying the golden stool. Where is it coming from? From the skies, is that not it? And he says that's the soul of Asante mind. Why the skies? Above every authority. Why the soul? The soul is imperishable, is that not it? Then he tells that is Asante mind for you. So Asante mind is not the one sitting on it. So what about that of Africa?
It's a whole philosophy.
So is there anything like that for Africa? Because Asante means Asa Inti. Asante never existed. So you need something that is transcendental and yet has immanental impact. You get the point? So it must be above, but the same time must have functional.
And you think race is not enough?
No. You see, remember, racism is a construct, right? It's a construct of the 17th century. These are the German philosophers trying to do their Blumenberg and all that, 1730s. It never is. In the ancient world.
But the Aryan, or is it the Aryan, the one?
The Aryan race.
Yeah, the Aryan.
No, that's the Aryan.
The Aryan.
Yeah, the Germans.
And then the purity of Anglo-Saxons, and then the Norse, and the Norwegians, those people, the Scandinavians.
Look, begin from Charlemagne. Begin from Charlemagne. No, begin from Charlemagne, right? Okay. Who wanted to build the idea of rebuild the Roman Empire. Okay. My point is to say that these things never existed. They had to create it. And they did that by using philosophy. Yes. Judeo-Christian philosophy, yes. Islamic civilization. Yes. That is what they use as a crucible.
So then Nkrumah has already given us a blueprint.
I'm saying, which is what? What's the philosophy of that? That's something.
Africa must unite.
No, you see, because there's no philosophy in there. In that case, remember,
so that's what you are saying.
Yes. Remember, look, take Africa must unite. Take neocolonialism. Remember that he was looking at the materialism of it. The point where he's now engaging in philosophical is conscientism. How do we know? He goes the European way. Let's also have a construct. Let's syndicate. It's like a syndication. Let's syndicate or syncretize Christianity, Judaism, like they did. Now here he said, let's say.
So this is the reason why.
Ali Mazrui calls it the triple heritage.
This is the reason why Nkrumah's books were bent. So you see,
wait,
Doc, wait. So our basis, our constructs that we were supposed to also use to unite Africa was destroyed. Just so that, because you just said it. Have you seen it? How many times?
No, book burning. Now listen, book burning is not unique to Nkrumah's time. You see, book burning is part of revolution in every history.
Yes.
It's like burning the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, Machiavelli will tell you that if you want to capture people, you destroy their culture.
You remember Umar, was it Umar? Yes. When they got to the library, said, what do we do with it? Then the question was, okay, if it is new, we don't need it because we already have what Allah has given to us. If it's not new, why do we need it? Do you get it? Either we don't need something. You see, remember I keep telling you that nation building is an intentional project. Read Ibn Khaldun, the Mukaddimah, right, of the 14th century. And you understand the logic of Asabiyya. So
Though I'm
here's
talking to you, I think
Yeah.
I need to. I don't know anything.
So
I need
here's
to read
no,
more.
no, wait, no,
Okay.
no. Here's what I'm saying. You see, I'm not trying to denigrate Nkrumah's works. Neither am I trying to justify the burning of his books. No, that's not my point at all. Remember, I keep saying that we love simplistic analysis. That's my difficulty. So Nkrumah wrote that they rejected him. They say, then I said, whose story was? I said Nkrumah. I said, what's the JB Danquest story?
Then you should tell his
story. And I'm telling you that JB's Danquest story is the type for me, very philosophical, because you see, you need to be able to look. You need your talented tenth. That's what the boy calls it. Plato calls the philosopher kings. You know why? The masses cannot be philosophers.
No.
You know, in every civilization, you see, you need to be intentional about grooming and training your nation builders. And in so doing, you must be, again, intentional in drawing clear boundaries such that you don't conflict. You see, if you conflict, it will backfire. It will be called nemesis. That's when Nkrumah got it wrong, right? In an attempt to build the group of Ghanaians who think philosophically, who think Ghanaianism, he conflicted with something that he shouldn't. Pre-political institutions, the family and religion. That's what the beginning of Nkrumah's problem. See, there was nothing entirely wrong with, for example, Young Pioneer Movement, right? There was nothing entirely wrong, for example, with the Nkrumah Ideological Institute. The problem was the spillover effect. You see, it entered into a domain it shouldn't have been. You see, once you touch religion, because religion is not part of the social contract of the modern state, marriage and family is not. Any political system that strays into that arena will collapse. Akufo-Addo government collapsed because I'm writing my book on that. It collapsed because of where he entered. You don't touch the family. When people say we don't like LGBT, we don't like LGBT. Don't touch it. That's why when you touch religion, when you touch the family, anywhere in the world, you mark it. Your nation will collapse. Look at America. Look at UK. Look at every nation that touches it, it will not work. That for me is where Nkrumah got it wrong. But you see, once
was Nkrumah part of what?
Yes, he was involved with WAS.
WAS. So how was he?
Yeah,
involved
because
with
remember,
WAS?
as I said, when he became the head of government business, he needed to Africanize the civil service.
Yes.
Right? Because all the people there were white or Europeans and Indians, of course, and the other Asiatic people. But what was the manpower? We didn't have, because we didn't have many secondary schools at the time. We could count the number of secondary schools at the time.
Yeah.
And then he needed to get people trained. So where are the schools?
Yeah.
And the money was not there to build new schools. Of course, a few ones were built.
Okay.
You know, but Ghana National, remember, before even Ghana got, before 1951. But the question was, how was he going to get a school? So he had to now get the schools that were privately owned by those who had built it before Nkrumah himself came. Okay. And that's how WAS got involved. Yeah. And because WAS was centrally located, as I told you, Nkrumah thought, okay, this is a school I could engage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the manner, he engaged in the manner that the co-founder didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it almost like, see, they had founded their school, right? And they were running it as a profit-making institution. Because these were individual private entrepreneurs, right? Okay, Nkrumah comes in with a policy that meant that if your qualification didn't meet a certain threshold, you'll be underpaid, or you'll be paid in a manner that did not fit before the encouragement.
Okay. But at this time, the school had already become a public school.
No,
okay.
So
it was still a private school.
It was still a private school. So the process to become a public school or state-owned started in 1952. It's like what we are doing with the historic mission schools today. Yeah. Whether Wesley Girls and all that. I'm giving a lecture. I'll be giving a seminar at my center, God willing, next Thursday. But it will be online too. So you see,
good.
So now Nkrumah comes in and then wanted to take over the school. But the contract, you see, the condition for which the school had to be encouraged by the state was not in favor of the founders because their qualification didn't meet that threshold.
Yeah, yeah.
And so one of them was going to be badly underpaid. Yeah. Meanwhile, he had invested all he had into the school. So that led to a long course of 2 years.
Okay.
And if you read the book, you know, it was so sad.
Wow.
Right. And so for 2 years, and so but then you can't fight the state and win. All right, you can't. It's like when free SHS came. If you are private school and we didn't want to be part, you fizzle out.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So 1954, they handed over the school to the state. And that was it. And WAS also became one of the foremost places where American Peace Corps actually were settled or were dispatched. Because remember American Peace Corps, Vietnam.
Yeah. So when it came to
WAS was one of the immediate schools that received them.
Was it when it was at Tudu or at Lagos Town?
No, at Lagos Town. Obviously, that was 1960s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so later I had to go to Adenta.
Yeah, that was 87.
So that means it wasn't the
It
land.
was a boys' school.
Yeah, the
So
land. So it was a boys' school.
Oh yeah,
before
once
it
was a
became
boys'
mixed
school. And then boys and then boarding and day.
Before it became a co-ed. Okay, so
the land Adenta was acquired around 1968.
Oh, okay.
So the school actually was to be called Adenta Secondary School. Yeah, because you see, just to make sure that the people, the original owners, the indigenous did not feel left out. But again, that will also distort the image or the integrity of the vision, the vision of the school. Remember, in fact, yesterday somebody jokingly said, Adenta Secondary School, abbreviated, and you know what it means. Adenta, you see, you wouldn't even want to pronounce it. You get it. So for good reasons, and also to make sure that the school didn't lose its verve.
Yeah.
And the fecundity of it as a center for Pan-Africanism, they held on to the name
West African Secondary School. And they made the right decision.
Yes. And we've produced lot of illustrious.
Yeah. Who are some of them?
Oh, even the current IGP.
Oh yes. Okay.
Oh yes. You want to ask. Wow. I think even the gender minister, the woman, she did her A-level that in 1995. Professor Jampo, and Jampo went to WAS 94. Okay. WAS produced the first student to get first class in electrical engineering and tech, Professor Bansomwa.
Oh, okay.
He finished WAS 1966. And Air Marshal Mante during Rawlins's time went to WAS. There are several of them. Several.
Wow.
My small class, general class C alone, 5 got first class at Legon. Yeah, I got mine at Kivas, the first to get first class in my field in African Studies at UCC. So we have produced a lot of, one of the brilliant journalists on Joy FM, Pelo Fori, went to WAS 2002, award-winning journalist, Jifa Tete. She's prolific, she also went to WAS 2000. Supi McJamfi, we've produced a lot of people in terms of sports, Mars Mills, these were great guys. Yeah. In ministry, we've produced a lot of pastors, So in every field, Alhaji El Alawa, he went to WAS.
Yeah.
1965.
The daughter is now a high court judge.
Yes.
Yeah, she's my friend.
Yeah, he went to WAS, 1965.
Oh.
Yeah, he
was president of the old Vandals.
Vandals, yeah, because he was a Vandal.
Yes.
But he was a Wasosa.
Wow.
1965, year group. So yes, but what triggered me to write it, and I must end it, 2018, we were at the finals of the National Science and Maths Quiz. We lost by only a point to St. Peter's.
Oh.
But before that final contest, a journalist wrote, and the title was an underdog school, and I felt that was quite insulting. Yes.
Was
so
never been an
but that is it.
Wow.
So quickly.
But it's just because you don't make noise.
We don't exactly because
just because you don't make
unlike
noise.
Other schools, we don't talk.
Yeah, WAS.
Even I'm told the recent IOSO East MP who died. Yeah, he is
Naza.
Yeah, Wasosa. Even the former MP who ruled for long, Mustafa Ahmed, Dr. Mustafa, he went to WAS. 1970s.
Dr. Mustafa was
he went to WAS.
Big surgeon.
Yeah, he's passed. He's late. He went to WAS. He led for I think 3 terms.
Okay.
He went to WAS. Unfortunately, by the time I was done, I interviewed him, but he died before I finished the project.
Oh, anyway.
And WAS, we produced great. Teachers. I mentioned Papo Thompson, who influenced Ghana's national anthem. We had, even Akweje's wife was on the governing board of the school.
Wow.
One of the founders, Reverend Jesus, became the first pastor of the Assemblies of God Church in Tema. So it's a lot. In fact, you can't talk about Ghana without WAS.
Doc,
that's the argument.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Viewers, I don't know, it's been an amazing conversation from last week to today, and we've learned a lot. I mean, from Nima Mamobi, we've learned from slavery to today we've mentioned more than 20 philosophers on the platform just by having these conversations, and these are Doc's books, among other books.
Yes, I have 5 books, and over 50 public articles.
Yes, and this was just launched
yesterday.
Yesterday, and it's been a wonderful conversation we've been having here. Thank you for being with us.
Can I conclude it? This is a gift to the school. I'm giving this. I wrote it as a gift.
Okay.
Yeah, much as is scholarly, highly scholarly, it's a gift for me to my school. And the idea.
So you are not selling it?
No, we are selling, but nothing comes to me. I've outsourced the copyright to the school.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
because you see...
So that it will be funding the school.
Projects, wow. Yeah, because WAS has suffered. Remember I was telling from 1952, 80s it was worse. We have had several unfortunate ruptures, right, in our narrative.
Wow.
80s, as I say, the economy collapsed, things, and WAS has suffered till today. Wow. So we have a lot of projects that are ongoing. The state alone cannot fund these projects. So I had to expend my own resources, sleepless nights for 3 years.
Like, another GoFundMe for
IGF, but because of the free SHS, we can't sell things to students directly.
But at the end of the day, to help in...
So we are pleading with parents, Wasosa, maybe you can show it to them.
Yeah.
We are pleading with parents, Wasosa. We are pleading with stakeholders, academic, because it will be in the library globally. It's a highly academic, scholarly work. We plead that they should patronize this book. I don't get a dime out of it. Every money that comes out of it is to develop the school.
That's your own corporate social responsibility
towards
for the
my
school.
That's the school that trained me. I went there in 99, finished in 2001. Right? Okay. So, because by the time I was going to school, I had to do this. And I didn't touch, so I didn't start early. But that is it. So this book, I'm pleading, they should patronize it. We have a boarding house for the boys that needs to be completed. We don't have money. Okay. We have our assembly hall. I mean, the state is helping, no doubt. The government is doing well. We want to, like private partner support to build our school. So they should patronize, and they can get it from the school. We have alumni office. Yeah. We'll stock it. It will be in the bookshops, Kingdom, because I'll go to Kingdom, we'll get it there, and almost all the major. And it will be online, Amazon. Maybe Book Nooks will have it. Book Nook, and it's published by Whaley. Okay. Whaley finished WAS in 1968. Okay. He's a pioneer publisher trained at Oxford Brookes, one of the few Ghanaians who have been trained there. Okay. In Ghana today, he and Sub-Saharan are noted for publishing scholarly works. Yeah, not textbook, but scholarly works. Okay. So I'm pleading with the public to patronize it.
To patronize this for West African.
Because it's not just about WAS, but it's about the history of Ghana, West Africa.
Yeah. Making of Ghana, a history of West African secondary school.
From 1946?
From 1946 to 2026. Yeah. This is a school that does not make noise. Yeah. And
Adepankasa.
Yes, Adepankasa. And it's a school that has produced a lot of nationalists, people who have propelled the independence of this country. And then we've had an amazing conversation with Doc about Nima Mamubi, to different philosophies, to our disagreements on Nkrumah and on J.B. Dankwa, and all those people that helped our independence. I think Nikwabena Boni needs more than what is being told us in our history books, that he's just an organizer of a boycott that's, caused a domino effect in terms of our independence. But he wasn't just that. He was more than that. So we really need to look at our real heroes of, I believe that Nkrumah is, everybody had, there's always a leader to revolutions, and Nkrumah was our leader. Yeah. But other people need to, especially Nikwabena Boni, he needs to be recognized. There should be something that should be named after him. Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you so much, grateful. Dr. Charles Prempeh. He's also a lecturer at the Cultural and African...
A research fellow.
A research fellow.
At the Center for Cultural and African Studies. At the Center for
Culture and African Studies at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science.
And I trained in Cambridge.
Kwame Nkrumah University
my credibility, I trained in Cambridge, so that's why you should buy my book. I'm Cambridge trained.
Yes, and he's a Cambridge... I said I was going to call him a Cambridge scholar. He said we didn't want it. He wanted
but now
to
I
be
want
humble
because of my
about
book.
it.
So people will know that.
You see that? You see, he was being humble. I said, you are a Cambridge scholar. I said, no, I don't want you to even call me Doc. I'm just Charles.
Prempeh is fine, but for the sake of my book.
No, he's a scholar of Cambridge University in the UK. Yeah. So he's just not anybody. It's a huge resource when it comes to the history of this country and even Africa. Yeah. You heard him. Yeah. So thank you so much for being with us. We've been doing this in collaboration with the National Folklore Board, and then we'll see you next time.
God bless you.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
More than 80% of global trade is carried by sea. Most of the products we consume daily travel through ports, making them a key link in the global supply chain. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is committed to ensuring the enhancement, resilience and sustainability of port infrastructure and maritime trade. Get to know which vessel is bringing your goods, how much duty you are required to pay, and how quickly you can clear your goods from the ports of Ghana. We ask the relevant questions and elicit responses from the appropriate authorities. We interact with you via our social media platforms and put your queries across to the expert. Iron Port shows this and every Sunday live on Metro TV at 5:30 p.m. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by and powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Iron Port, transparency in doing business and building nation.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Cómplice en nuestras tonterías, prometo cuidarte, completar tu viaje y llegar a donde el corazón decida. Vayamos a un lugar lejos del mundo y que el corazón nos marque el rumbo. Yeah. Porque contigo yo voy a donde vaya, contigo no me hace falta nada. Me gusta estar enamorada y por las noches en pijama abrazadita de ti. Porque contigo disfruto cada día. Es que me encanta tener tu compañía. No quiero besos de tu boca y aunque digan que estoy loca yo me quedo junto a ti. Contigo sí me iría al fin del mundo. Contigo yo comparto mi futuro. Si es contigo, sola contigo estoy bien. Si es contigo, sola contigo. Si no es contigo, ¿con quién?
Real del Mar.
It's my dad! My dad's arrived!
Yes, coming. I'm coming. Stop it, don't pull me, you'll make me fall over.
But we should go
For the love
now.
of all that's good, Angela, you have to calm down.
You see, I want to welcome my dad, but my mom's not in a hurry, Mommy Conchita.
Fine, I'm finished. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll just heat up our lunch later, my dear.
Thank you, Mommy. Go on, hurry.
Where's my kiss?
Yuck, Daddy, you smell awful.
Oh yeah? And you look like a jellyfish. Go on and chase your dreams, sweetie. I'll give you the surprise that I brought for you later. The tide was good today.
Really?
Hey guys, the catch was good, right? Let's ask Lalo. Lalo, iguana, right? What happened? 18? Where's the queen of this fishing trip, huh? Come here. Look what the ocean gave me. It was in the catch, and I kept it just for you, sweetie.
A pearl! Mommy, a pearl! Will you fix it for me, can you?
Yes, of course I will, sweetheart. What happened? Are you okay?
Nothing, I'm okay. I'm just a bit tired, that's all.
Daddy, can you please lend me your conch?
Of course, sweetie. And do you think you can make a sound?
Of course.
All right.
I can't, Daddy.
You need to grow up a bit more, sweetie. But do you know what we can do in the meantime?
What?
Listen. Can you hear it?
I hear... Shh.
No. Pay more attention. That's because these shells tell us the secrets of the ocean, sweetie.
I think I can hear the ocean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ocean.
You
Why
see?
do conchs sound like that?
Because they like to keep the voice of the ocean, my love.
And do you understand the voice of the ocean, Daddy? What's it saying?
The ocean says that I love you.
I'm so happy that I don't need anything else.
Oh, really?
Yes, sweetheart. Because I have you and our little Angela. There's nothing life can give me in exchange for the happiness you've given me. Not at all. Not even with all the gold in the world.
I love you.
I love you, Josue.
You know, I can only pray to the fates that he grants me many years of life to take care of you and protect you. And this little girl. You're the greatest things I have in this world.
We'll live a long life together for many years. Many, sweetheart.
I sure hope so. But if something were to happen to me, promise me you'll look after Angela.
What could happen to you? No, don't talk nonsense. No.
I'm a fisherman, my love. And you know how it is with the ocean, don't you? You just promise me that if I ever leave you, you'll be strong for her and for yourself. And that you'll always be together. Promise me,
All
my
right,
love.
yes, I swear to you.
Uh-huh.
Don't ever say that again. All right, darling? Hmm?
Come here. You know, if you look carefully, you can see all the stars, all of them. They protect and take care of all of us fishermen, so none of us get lost at sea. And that's why our Lord put them there, sweetheart.
Is that true, Daddy?
Yeah. Did you know that before? The sailors were guided by the stars to discover and conquer brand new worlds?
Gee whiz, incredible! So does that mean that the stars can take care of the fishermen and the sailors?
Do you even realize how rich we are?
Really, Dad? We're rich?
But of course, my jellyfish, of course we're rich. Listen, heaven has given us all of these stars, you see? And all of these grains of sands, all of them, and not to mention this whole ocean. An ocean that gives us corals, jellyfish, fish of every color. Those are the real treasures of the world. And they're all ours.
Yeah, that's true, Daddy.
So now you know, huh? When you look up at the stars, just remember. Well, remember that they can guide you because heaven lives in them. And when our time comes to join him, then we'll be walking among them. But in the meantime, it's just your mother, you, and me, and we're going to be very rich because, well, we love each other. Right? We're happy, and as you can see, we lack for nothing. Am I right?
Yes, Daddy, we lack for nothing.
Oh, my jellyfish.
I hope you like it, Father.
Oh, don't ever